platform that is rectangular. So we're looking at the eastern part of the rectangle. There's of course the western part where is the Wailing Wall. The southern part will be there tomorrow. Tomorrow will be on the south and west. Okay, and the day after tomorrow you'll be very close to the northern wall. You'll be all around the Temple Mount. Just leave a passage always. So I stopped here by one olive tree. There's a few here that are really, really old, and you might hear all kind of explanation how old they are. Nobody really knows. You know, the only scientific way to know the age of a tree, do you know?
Count the rings.
Oh, you are too extreme. You want to chop it down and count the rings. Today there's no need to do that. You can make a board. And then you have like a carrot, you have the layers, like they do with the ice, you know, or in excavations. So you can do that without killing the tree. But it doesn't work with the olive tree. Why that? Because all the olive trees, they become hollow. This tree is hollow. So there ain't no rings. There's no rings, so you cannot calculate the age. So that's the problem. Carbon dating doesn't work on living organisms, and we cannot know the age. So we are just stuck with a lot of stories. First, some scientists, they say more or less 700 or 800 years old. That seems too young. We have, some would say, no more than 2000. Why that? Not because Jesus. Titus, when he put a siege around Jerusalem, he cut all the trees around the city, especially the trees that gave fruit, to prevent food from the population. And Josephus mentioned all the trees in miles around the city. It could be right, but don't forget the olive tree is a very special tree. If you don't uproot it, it will start again. You have to really remove all the roots, and then you have killed the tree.
Way too much trouble.
Otherwise, and why would you do something like that? We can do that with the bulldozer we have.
Yeah,
they could not do that. They could if they attach, you know, like they move the big stones of the temple. But why take that?
Too much trouble.
It's trouble, really trouble. So, how old is a tree? The ancient Greeks say that the olive trees are immortal. It means they have always been there. God created them, and they have always been there. You know, I have a little bit of story from the Bible. Remember the flood, the deluge, and Noah, and the water was covered, and everything under water died. All the trees, everything. And then he sent a dove, and the dove returned. As the water is receding, you expect the taller tree to appear first, no? And olive trees, very small tree. What about the sequoias that live so long and they are so tall? They went on. Only a branch of olive tree, which gives us maybe a hint that the olive tree is the only one who did not die even under the water. I'm just telling you the Bible. I'm not a scientist, but that's very interesting. Yes, that the dove returned with a branch of olive, and that has become the emblem of peace. If you see the emblem of the United Nations, it's the world and two. These are some of the people that I guided in the past. And two branches of olives on the side. And the dove is always there. And if you see the flag, the official emblem of Israel is a menorah and two branches of olives on the side. But the olive is always here to remind us that first that God forgave us and gave us the olive. We have a very nice story in the Talmud. The Talmudic rabbis try to explain why the old olive tree is hollow. Looks all black inside, like it has burned. And they say that when the temple was destroyed, all creation started mourning. A terrible thing happened on the world. The temple was destroyed. So not only the people were mourning the temple, but even animal and even the trees. And the only problem is that the tree was giving fruits and had leaves. It did not look mourning. So a delegation of the creation of God came to the olive and told him, aren't you ashamed? We are all mourning and you keep so beautiful and you give your olives. He said, no, I am mourning too. I still have to give my oil, because how do you anoint the Messiah? With my oil. But believe me, when I heard the news, my heart burned inside of me. Good explanation, yes? So that's the olive tree. Deserve respect, sometimes get too much love. That's why it's protected from the pilgrims who want to hug, to take a bit, to take a branch, to bring back home. It will not survive all that love of millions of people. So you cannot touch, or can you? Everybody's looking a way to try to touch here. And they don't get it. Here can. I will tell you, you can touch it with the whole hand.